At the beginning of the movie, we watch the spaceship Nostromo, which is supposed to deliver a special cargo to Earth. The lighted corridors look deserted. Soon the crew of the spaceship wakes up in a special compartment. Having cleaned themselves up, they gather around a round table to have dinner and discuss pressing problems. Brett and Parker state that they would like a raise on their bonus. Captain Dallas guffaws and leaves after hearing a strange signal. Little Ripley watches him thoughtfully, stroking her ginger cat Jones. Meanwhile, Dallas enters a special compartment and turns on the mom computer system. The rest of the crew finishes their coffee and takes their seats at the instrument panels. After studying the computer readings, Lambert realizes that they are not near Earth, but in another system. Ripley agrees by looking at the stars. Lambert figures out that they are in the constellation of the Grid. A surprised Kane doesn't understand how this could happen. Dallas returns to the team and tells them that Mom decided to change their route because she picked up a strange signal from one of the nearby planets. Lambert asks what exactly that signal is. Dallas explains that it most closely resembles an SOS. Parker doesn't want to find out what the signal is and what it's from, since they're merchants, not lifeguards. However, Ash, standing in the shadows, reminds them that there is a clause in their contract that if they receive a distress signal, they are obligated to get to its source. The team steers the Nostromo toward the planet they find. The landing does not go smoothly, and some wires fail. Brett and Parker state that it will take them about 17 hours to fix it. Ripley joins them to supervise the work. Meanwhile, Dallas learns from Ash that the signal source is only 2 kilometers from the landing site. The captain requests atmospheric data. The conditions on the planet are unfavorable, but Dallas decides to go on a mission. Kane and Lambert are going along with him. Meanwhile, Parker and Brett, instead of mending, keep asking Ripley to knock out a bonus increase for them. The heroine asks them to think of more important things to do, then heads back to the bridge. Ripley runs the binary code of the received signal on her computer and looks at it thoughtfully. Meanwhile, Dallas and his team continue to explore the planet. Their movements are monitored on the cameras by Ash. Soon Dallas reaches the source of the signal. It turns out to be a crashed alien ship. Communication with Ash begins to break down as they get closer to the ship. Lambert feels that they should not board. However, Dallas continues to seek entry, as they are required to follow protocol. Communication with Ash is finally cut off. Dallas and his companions contemplate the corridors designed by the alien beings. Upon reaching the control room, they find the fossilized remains of an alien pilot. Dallas notes that there is a hole in the alien's chest, as if something inside had burst through and crawled out. Lambert continues to insist that they need to leave immediately. Meanwhile, Kane wanders nearby from his friends. A man discovers a strange hole and asks Dallas to come over. Ripley contacts Ash and says that the signal received by Mom is more like a warning of danger rather than a request for help. Meanwhile, Kane is lowered on a special cable into a strange cave inside the ship. The man finds many strange eggs covered in a layer of blue mist. Kane examines one of them and realizes that the embryos inside are alive. The egg suddenly opens and the man decides to look inside. The creature pounces on Kane's face, punching through his spacesuit. Lambert and Dallas try to deliver their injured friend aboard the ship. However, Ripley does not agree to let them in, reminding them that protocol forbids her to do so. The alien organism could be dangerous to the crew and the expedition itself. Despite her words, Ash opens the hatch and lets Dallas and the injured man in. Together with Ash, the captain removes Kane's spacesuit and examines the facehugger. Lambert attacks Ripley, believing she betrayed them. Parker stands up for the heroine as she was trying to protect everyone. Ash realizes that any attempt to remove the creature results in it digging even harder into Kane's face. With the help of a special camera, Dallas sees that the facehugger has put its victim into a coma and is supplying oxygen. Despite Ash's protest, the captain decides it's worth trying to take the creature off the man, even at the risk of Kane's life. However, a new problem arises. The facehugger's blood, when combined with oxygen, turns into a corrosive substance that burns through metal. Dallas makes the decision not to remove the creature from Kane, as it would compromise the integrity of the ship. Brett retires to his compartment and complains that there is still too much work to do. Parker agrees that they should never have landed on this planet. much less taking an alien on the ship. However, the sooner they fix the ship, the sooner they can get home. Ash continues to study the alien and discovers that it has excellent resistance to any outside influences. Ripley enters and argues with the man, believing that he risked the entire crew by disobeying her orders and letting Kane in. Ash asks the heroine to trust him and attend to her duties while he handles his. Later, the man contacts Dallas and tells him that they need to meet near the isolation ward. The captain summons Ripley there as well. Ash reports that the creature is missing and Kane has been released. Dallas realizes that they need to investigate the room and find the creature. As Ripley stands next to Kane, a facehugger falls on her. However, Ash, who runs up, reports that the creature is dead. The man insists that they must investigate the creature and deliver it to Earth. Despite Ripley's protest, the captain agrees with Ash. Dallas also makes the decision to fly off the planet, even though the backup levels are still out of power. Fortunately, it goes through successfully. The crew rejoices that they will soon make it home. Lambert estimates that it will take 10 months to fly to Earth, so it is worth using the deep sleep chambers. Ash contacts the captain and asks him to come to the isolation section. The team is surprised to find that Kane has regained consciousness. The man eats and drinks greedily, after which he tells them that he only had a creepy breathing dream. At dinner, Ash watches Kane closely. The man continues to pounce on the food as if that's all he's interested in. Suddenly, Kane has a violent seizure. A small alien emerges from his ribcage and promptly slips away. The team watches in horror. After coming to their senses, they dispose of Kane's remains by dumping them into space. Brett gives each of them a small taser to apprehend the alien. Ash, on the other hand, shows off his new invention, a sensor that can detect movement. Dallas divides the team into two groups to find the alien faster. Ripley, with Brett and Parker, goes to one of the compartments, where for some reason there is no lighting. A device picks up movement in a neighboring compartment. Ripley finds the source of the movement and prepares to capture it. However, Jones the cat runs out of the crate. The heroine asks Brett to catch him so that they do not make a mistake again. A man finds the cat, but is attacked. In a short time, the alien has grown to gigantic size. Parker arrives and realizes that the creature has dragged Brett down the ventilation shafts. The man tells Dallas about everything. The captain decides to kick the alien out into the main airlock to then drop it into space. He plans to use flamethrowers to do this. Lambert monitors Dallas's movements through a special device. Ripley remotely closes all the hatches behind the captain so that the alien cannot escape. However, Lambert's device begins to malfunction. This causes Dallas to run the wrong way and fall into the clutches of the alien. Ripley takes command. The heroine proposes to split into two groups and all together go through the ventilation. This way they will trap the alien faster. Ripley is angry to learn that Ash still hasn't come up with anything new to save them. The heroine is going to use Mom to get more information. Ripley learns about Special Order 937 for science officers. It turns out that the Nostormo's route has been changed, so that the corporation can get a new life form. In this case, the command could be neglected. Ash appears nearby and says he can explain everything. Ripley tries to get away from him, but the man blocks the exits and proceeds to attack. Parker appears and tries to save the heroine and realizes that Ash is excessively strong. Together with Lambert, he manages to neutralize the man. It turns out that he was actually an android. Ripley takes Ash's head to the lab and wants to connect it to a computer to find out how to defeat the alien. The robot tells her that the creature is a perfect life form and cannot be defeated. Ripley disconnects Ash and tells her plan. They have to blow up the main ship with the alien and fly away on a shuttle. True, there are only 2 seats, but Ripley is willing to try and take the risk. Parker tells them that once the timer starts, they will have 10 minutes to leave the ship. Ripley realizes that they need coolers. The heroine asks Parker and Lambert to find them and return to the shuttle in 7 minutes. As they prepare for the flight, Ripley thinks of Jones and realizes she can't leave him. The heroine wanders around the premises trying to find the cat. She finally succeeds. Meanwhile, Lambert collects as many coolers as possible. Behind her back, the alien suddenly appears. Parker asks the girl to step back so he can use the flamethrower. However, Lambert tearfully says she can't move. Parker lunges at the creature and dies. Ripley hears her friends screaming and runs down the hallways to save them. However, the sounds are silenced before the heroine finds the team. Ripley realizes she is alone and goes to the timer. The heroine runs the countdown and goes back to get Jones, who is sitting in a carrier. Running through the compartments, Ripley sees that Dallas and the others are covered in a strange, sticky substance. The heroine sets it on fire, after which she runs after the cat. Ripley manages to get Jones, but the way to the shuttle is blocked by an alien. The heroine runs to the compartment, trying to interrupt the operation to destroy the ship. However, Ripley is not in time, and the instruments show that in 5 minutes, Nostromo will cease to exist. The heroine realizes that she must try to get to the shuttle again. With a flamethrower in her hands, Ripley makes her way through the corridors. Every second, the heroine looks around fearfully, realizing that an alien could appear from any place. Ripley reaches the place where she left the carrier with the cat. Grabbing it, the heroine runs to the shuttle. Ripley manages to fly away a fair distance before the Nostromo explodes. The heroine takes the cat out of the carrier and places it in the chamber. Ripley is preparing for a deep sleep when she suddenly notices an alien lurking. The heroine puts on a hazmat suit and pushes the creature into space. Ripley records a message about what happened on the Nostromo, after which she lies down in the deep sleep chamber and flies to Earth. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.